If you bought what I know, 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 it's going down.
Yeah, well, so holding on your damn street.
Calvin Miller production.
Stop. Carry on. 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 Stop.
Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, where we do what? A little bit of cussing around here, so your parental advisory has been advised. All views and opinions matter, but understand I've been giving out a bad opinion since 1978, baby, and if you ever feel triggered, just remember we're not talking about you, but we're talking about the people on the screen. Now let's get into this mess. So this is going to be my full summary of what's going on with Brenay and Tim down at the Tamron Hall show. We did 2 lives on Brenay and Tim visiting the Tamron Hall show, along with a few of the rumors that have been floating around the talk block, down in the talk block streets with the ticker talkers. And I feel like Brenay and Tim, they still have unfinished business down at the courthouse, and she's going to fight this judgment. Now, some people will say that let Brenay and Tim go on all of the different platforms, the different media outlets, and get their story out there, because the more they show up, the more money is going to be earned for Akira to be paid. But I don't believe Brenay is just going to outright pay without the court getting involved. Now, this is not allegedly or speculation. Brenay said out of her own mouth on the local news after the judgment, when it comes to the coin that she now owes Akira, this is how Brenay is giving it up.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
This is the Unfiltered Doll, and she is under the weather. No, I do not smoke Newport 100s. And no, I do not drink malt liquor. I know that's what it's given, but we're going to still go ahead and give this commentary and do this voiceover because we are under the weather, but we're not going to let that take us down now, are we? Shout out to all of you out there fighting those germs, honey. There's something going on around there outside in the air. All right, so Tim also has unfinished business at the courthouse. You figure they got the child support and everything like that, and there's a lot going on. Now, we tend to forget about Brenay's ex-husband, who was also emotionally affected by all of this as well, and he is suing his cousin Tim for stealing his wife, okay? So he has his own alienation of affection lawsuit going on as well for his cousin Tim. All right. And, Devon is out here looking good, feeling good, smelling good, taking the opportunity to reintroduce himself because he has a glow up and he is no longer a prisoner in his own home. He got that weight off of him. His back is no longer big and he's out here thriving. And I love that for him. Okay. Now, Brenay and Tim went to the Tamron Hall show to tell their side of the story based off of the questions that Tamron asked. And I feel like Brenay took zero accountability for what she has done. And she accused Akira of telling lies as she told lies about this picture they painted of her being this villain. Her lie about being silent for 2 years was pure insanity. That was laughable, right? Because how were you silent when you took this relationship, this man that you stole from your friend, her husband, you left your husband, stole that lady's husband, and vlogged about it in front of your millions of followers across multiple social media platforms? Tim sat there looking stupid as stupid does, to have so much pride to accept this invitation to the Tamron Hall show was absolutely foolish, if you ask me personally. I'm not acknowledging Tim's partial accountability that he took when he said that he was not the best husband. Not only weren't you the best husband or the best father or a man in general, because based off of some of the things that came out in court, Akira, which some people will say, well, you do that in a marriage, doll, you do that in a marriage. Well, Akira had to make sure the family was financially stable while Tim was fucking off down there at the college house. Excuse my language, I do a little bit of cussing. But also, we can't forget about Tim bringing in that pistol into that trial, into that courthouse, and he was arrested.
Tim and his attorney have filed a notice of intent, basically telling the judge that if Tim is sentenced in this case, he'll be requesting a waiver of court costs and court fees. Now, I don't know if Tim is just really good at playing broke or if he is broke for real, but it was really good that he got an attorney because he is facing felony charges. Y'all, when you look up these statutes, it's two different charges: carrying a concealed weapon and weapon in a courthouse. When you have that weapon in a courthouse, that is a class 1 felony depending on what type of weapon you had. Now, if you Google this statute, it's going to say misdemeanor, but you're going to have to do some digging. The misdemeanor is for weapons like brass knuckles or knives. The class 1 felony is for pew-pews, and that is what Tim had. Now, with that charge, if that sticks, he will be facing up to 12 months in jail, probation or supervised probation, weapon restrictions, court fines, and possibly turning over his weapon. Now, if he has any priors on top of this, then it could change significantly, not in his favor. So we're just going to have to wait to see how this goes. Maybe he will plead out because he does not want to probably take his chances with a trial for this situation. As soon as I have some more information, I will let you all know.
So that leads me to assume that there might be something going on with him mentally where he feels like he doesn't have anything to lose. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful of delusional people because they can become very dangerous, okay? Especially if they feel like they got a point to prove. What I love about new media is they're going to make sure you have every nook and cranny of this story. But now that mainstream media and other outlets are taking the lead with this story, they're leaving out a few details that are going to allow the court of public opinion, who have not been on TikTok to see everything that played out in real time from Brenay's POV as she vlogged this relationship before she took that lady's husband and after. And you have this court of public opinion who will side with Brenay because they don't know the whole background. I've noticed that the people from TikTok and the people who have been following this situation since day one, they will get into the comment sections and let people know, oh no, this is what really has happened. Now, along with them letting the people know, hey, this is what really happened. But you have to do your research. You have to filter through the rumors. You have to filter through the assumptions and people filling in the blank spaces and assuming this is what happens. You have to base this strictly off of what you've seen Brenay put out on her social media pages and what she said out of her mouth. And then you have to go with what happened on the court documents in order to get to the truth of it all. Okay. So unfortunately, Brenay is going to end up with a new group of people who do not have the TikTok of it all that are going to side with her because people are going to look at Akira as if she's a bitter ex-wife because they're missing important pieces from the story. And I feel like these mainstream media and other outlets need to do their full research before having these people on their platforms, on their shows, on their radio stations, or wherever you're going to host this couple, this new married couple. Allegedly, they said they can't find any record of the marriage, but baby, I don't know. That's what they're saying, okay? And I want to be loud and clear about this. I wasn't there All I know is I've seen some of the videos and some of the vlogging videos that Brenay and Tim were making, and I did think it was a cruel situation. But at the end of the day, even with the court documents, we don't know everything that happened behind the scenes, behind closed doors. You have every right to feel like, you know what, I'm with Brenay with this. You have every right to feel like, you know what, I'm with Akira when it comes to this situation. Everybody is entitled to feel how they want to feel, all right? It's not about a side at the end of the day, but it is, okay, when it comes to delusion and people who aren't willing to take accountability for their part in it, it can be dangerous for people to gain other people in this situation, especially when the way they fight back is by using their social media platforms. So it can just create an online mess, is what I'm trying to say, but it is what it is. Welcome to social media. Welcome to the internet. Because, baby, if none of this was going on, we wouldn't be talking about it, all right? Now, while everybody was talking about Brenay and Tim down at the Tamron Hall show, let's get into the situation with Akira's announcement. Ooh, child. So when it comes to Akira announcing her pregnancy on the same day as Brenay and Tim going to the Tamron Hall show, a lot of people are not happy or excited for Akira's pregnancy announcement. When women come up out of a bad relationship and a bad situation, especially when it was all online for millions of people to watch and for thousands of people to react to, they want to see that woman win. And that is Akira's case. They want Akira to win because she really did not participate on the level Brenay and Tim were participating via the social media in reaction to everything that was going on. So she had support from everyone because she did move on. She has a new man. He has a good job. You know what I mean? Some people say he's handsome. But then this is what happened. After that judgment, when they watched that man that they were happy about jump for joy, excited that his girlfriend Akira won her judgment, well, people started to turn. They said, oh, he's just there for the money. I think people don't realize that just because the judgment was for $1.75 million, this is not the lottery. It's not money that she's going to get right now. I mean, there's a difference between a lump sum payment, meaning I'm going to give you all your money right now because I just want to be done and over with this, and I'm going to nickel and dime what I owe you. I'm going to send you $2, $20, or whatever the court is going to arrange for her to send. Okay? So, baby, if she's giving me $500 or $1,000 a month, unless you're a bum, unless you don't have it, right? Then, of course, okay, maybe he's using her for the $1,000 that she's getting a month. He's better off going to go use somebody for their tax return for 2026, okay, for the 2025 filing, if y'all feel like that man is using her for this payment that she has not received from this woman. All right, is all I'm trying to say, you know, but I get it. People are concerned and they are overprotective. But we have to also understand that it is a mixed reaction, and some people just don't know. So they felt like, oh, he's a little too excited. Oh, he's just with her because she's getting this money. Child, I don't know. I don't know Akira personally, and I don't know him personally. But right now, after announcing that pregnancy, she is definitely getting the Cardi B and Stefan Diggs treatment because people felt like you aren't even divorced yet, or your divorce is a little too fresh to be pregnant, baby doll. What's going on? And then now you have the people talking about warlocks and, oh, baby, it is a mess. They feel like she didn't make the right decision. What people don't understand is When we are out here lusting, thrusting, bumping and grinding, and if you do not protect yourself, a pregnancy is more than likely going to happen, depending on if you got a lucky swimmer that's going to make it to the finish line, unfortunately. So we made the decision to have a little fun one night, and guess what happened? Yeah, okay, there was an after party because now I'm pregnant. So instead of being sad about the situation, I guess they said, you know what, we're going to celebrate something that is unexpected. And with her support system online on the Clock app, I believe she thought announcing this and sharing her good news with everyone else, she thought that that was going to be okay with everyone. However, it is not. So we're going to get into the court of public opinion and how they feel about it. When it comes to my opinion and what I think and feel, I don't have an opinion. I can't say anything. I was too irresponsible. My God darn self when I was in my 20s. So I'm going to sit this one out. Is it too soon? Maybe it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my place to say anything, but I'll let you see and hear what the other people are saying, honey child. And she has to, when we're grown and we make these decisions, we have to sit in them. We have to live with them. And no one else is going to be there for you when you put that phone down and you're dealing with your life behind closed doors. When you share your life with people on social media, everybody has a turn. 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down. People are fickle. The court of public opinion can hurt you, help you. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, all right? Best thing you can do, baby, is unplug and get the hell offline and live a private life. So let's get into it. So it's time to get into the court of public opinion. We are going to insert some videos from the talk block, different reactions, different viewpoints and opinions. That does not mean that I agree or disagree. All right. This is the court of public opinion from the talk block. This is going to cover different topics surrounding this Brenay, Akira, Tim, and Devon situation, especially with the new pregnancy announcement. And once more, let me just all remind you, before we wrap this up, I have one question. Because we're always in somebody's business, right? I want to leave you with one question to ponder or chew on. It's up to you. Have we gotten a little too invested into the strangers on the internet and their business? Folks we don't know from a can of paint. Now listen, they come online and they tell us what's going on. And some of them say, oh my God, I didn't expect for this to go viral. We sit front row of their emotional circus. Then we get entitled when they don't explain self and tell us, well, what really happened? We got the nerve to get entitled. So I just feel like, are we a little too invested into people we don't know and their business that they're sharing online? Let me know down in the comments. I feel like sometimes when we log off, baby, sometimes you got to remember to tend to your own business. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is step out of these people's damn business and get back into our own for a little bit. I'm nosy, though. I'm not going to lie to you, baby. I love to peek through the blinds. I will talk to you.
I just want to say this. I seen that same Tamron Hall interview y'all seen with my ex. And people be up there lying so bad. Like, how somebody stay silent for 2 years when their only job is to post on social media? How you stay silent for 2 years? But you getting charged with cyber stalking? How people making up lies, assuming you recorded it? How y'all have a romantic relationship that started June 6, 2024? How you know the exact date? And I seen what I saw way earlier than that. How? How is the love not worth $1.75 million, but he is It doesn't make sense! That's like saying, the food was good, but it was nasty, but I still ate it. Regardless, you're still gonna have to pay for it.
The courts are now ordering that Brenay pays this money by choice or by force. They have put a writ of execution on file, which is the most aggressive way that the court can put in to collect on a judgment. Y'all, this went to the sheriff office where Brenay lives at. So this is telling the sheriff office to go and collect this money by any means necessary. If y'all got to freeze her bank accounts, garnish her wages, seize her vehicles, seize jewelry, and if push come to shove, take the house if she owns that as well. Y'all, Akira is about to get paid in press-on nails and wigs. Then the interest rate is going up 8% each day. It is now over $4,000. Now, even with her filing for an appeal or asking for a new trial, they are still going to collect on this. That does not stop them from collecting. Her making that little small $2 payment is not going to stop them from collecting on this. There's only one possible thing she could do to stop that, and I'm not posting it on this video. Let her figure that out on her own. Soon as I have some more information, I will let you all know, but I don't think she's gonna be taking too many trips or thinking it's funny anymore. Let's look at Brenay's court documents to respond back to some of the comments. Now, if you go and look at her bank statements, it's probably better to use a computer because you can actually search specific days. When you search specific days, you can see when these charges were made and not just when they were cleared. Now, if you go and look on days like May 20th, you will see that there are multiple charges to Chick-fil-A. There's charges to a restaurant called Sheets, and it's local to where she is. I did look that up earlier. There's also a sushi place that she went to on this same day, which is 4 different restaurants. Now, as well as this, you can also go and look at page 6 of this same document that says that Brenay spends over $5,000 at these restaurants per month. It also says that on one specific day, she went to over 4 restaurants within a 3-hour time period. They also talked about how she spends money on trips, hotels, vacations, dates, TJ Maxx, Ross, and things like that. So before you come for somebody, make sure you do the research yourself as well, because I guarantee you, I research it before I make a video. That is the reason why my video was not posted when the documents first came out. If there's any other questions that y'all might have regarding this, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Brenay was spending almost $25,000 a month and saying that she could not afford an attorney. Y'all, I'm talking about going to 5 restaurants in a day. One day she went to Red Lobster, Bojangles, Chick-fil-A, and Burger King 2 times. Girl, what the hell does Burger King got that good? On top of that, she said that she could not afford an attorney, yet she was paying for Tim's attorney for his child support and child custody case, all while not having an attorney of her own. Y'all, Miss Robin and Akira have responded back to Brenay's Rule 59 motion asking for a new trial, and they said, no, that's not going to happen, and let us tell you why. So she breaks it down and she says the first reason why is Brenay was very much aware of the jury instructions as well as the jury's verdict form, and she did not object to that. She said on top of that, I submitted hundreds of exhibits showing that Brenay should be held liable. Brenay, on the other hand, only turned in 17 exhibits when she had full access to Tim, her now husband, and she could have got every single text message from Tim and Akira straight from the horse's mouth. She says Brenay is also bringing up another affair that Tim had. However, Tim did not alienate Akira in that situation. They worked through it, they got through it, and they got back together, and they had all the proof that showed that during this trial. She says Brenay is trying to say she didn't have the legal sophistication to understand that her attorney's withdrawal would affect her case this much. However, she had sufficient legal sophistication when she filed those motions for dismissal, suppression, and the motion to quash. Now, she says Brenay was made aware of this case in June of 2024. She signed off on her attorney being withdrawn from this case in May of 2025. So from May to November, she had plenty of time to find another attorney, yet she kept saying she could not afford one. However, during these times, she was paying for Tim an attorney for a whole separate case, and she had multiple months where she was spending $23,000, $24,000 on restaurants, Expedia, food, trips, clothes, and basically she feels like Brenay is doing this to get out of paying Akira. She mentions that Brenay went on the news, and when they asked her about the money and the payment to Akira, she stated that Akira would never see it. Now, it's something that y'all have to remember. These are just some of the payments that Brenay received. From the end of May 27th to like the beginning of September, less than 3 months, Brenay had made $20,000 off of Snapchat alone. Now, that does not show her TikTok payments because those go directly to PayPal. So you only can see a few transfers here or there around the 15th or the 16th of the month. You can't see the full payments from TikTok just from looking at these screenshots. Y'all, this is about to be good. I do not see the judge granting Brenay a new trial. Let me know what y'all think. As soon as I have some more information, I will let you all know. Brenay's motion for a new trial is officially going before a judge on December the 18th at 10 a.m. Now, no, this is not a new trial. This is Brenay asking the judge to grant her a new trial. Now, they filed this under Rule 59, which is basically the legal way of saying the first trial had mistakes, or the jurors got it wrong, or something unfair happened, and for those reasons, Brenay deserves a new trial. Now, during this procedure, Brenay's attorney is going to get up there and say the verdict was flawed, and they're going to bring up any kind of mistakes they feel like they found in those transcripts, and then Akira's attorneys are going to get up there and argue the fact that the verdict was right, the jurors got it right, they did everything the legal way, and the jurors made their decision and that they should stick to that. Now, the judge is going to have the final say-so. If the judge grants it, Brenay gets a new trial. If the judge denies it, Brenay has two options. She can either just say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm going to go ahead and pay Akira, or she can do an appeal. Now, we already know that Brenay's attorney have filed a notice of appeal, which means they're already working on getting that started. So they're not taking no for an answer, which means this is not going to stop anytime soon. Soon as I have some more information regarding this, I will let you all know.
Akira, congratulations 1,000 times. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. We are so happy for you. Everybody at my job too. We also said we're going to throw you a baby shower. Hopefully you can zoom in and we can like ship the gifts. But we are so excited. I'm so glad to see that you are blessed, happy, and everything that God said will unfold did and is in front of your enemies. In Jesus' name we pray. Thank you, God, for everything that you have done for Miss Akira and everything that you've done for her and her soon-to-be husband. Come on, husband. Thank you, God. I'm so blessed, girl. I'm so excited for you. I can't get over it. I'm so excited for you. But again, congratulations to y'all. We are so excited for baby Mackenzie. Come on with the come on now.
The reason why Akira pregnancy is such a disappointment because of how soon, you know, she announced the pregnancy. And it's like everything that has been going on, you know, and boiling up, you know, hey, you know, people probably don't take that long to heal. But if...
Damn, y'all hate Brenay that much that y'all are really congratulating Akira on becoming a baby mama? Make it make sense. Y'all, it's not adding up. I thought y'all was anti-baby mama, get the ring first, you know, be a wife first, you know, go travel, maybe go earn another degree, maybe go make another bag, not a baby, you know. In my opinion, 2 years is not long enough to be having a kid with somebody. Again, that's my opinion. I'm also child free, so I ain't having no kid with nobody, no matter how long I knew him. But, you know, that may make me biased. I will admit that, but y'all hate for Brenay has y'all really congratulating Phil, talking about, oh, Brenay can't do that though. Brenay can't do that though. I mean, she can't do it probably because she's fat and she got certain medical conditions that's making carrying very hard. But once she eventually loses weight, if she decides to lose weight, it's not hard to get pregnant, y'all. That's the easiest thing to do. All you got to do is lay on your back. So, you know, I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. What happened to protect your wound and, you know, don't go having a man's baby and all this other stuff, y'all? She's a baby mama now after being a wife. Y'all congratulating that? Y'all hate Brenay that much? Y'all just gonna celebrate whatever Akira decides to do, no matter how stupid it is, no matter how kind of productive it is? A baby was the last thing that Akira needed in his time, y'all. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Now, whatever smoke y'all got for Brenay, keep the smoke. Like I said, she's wrong, and I've always supported the fact that she was wrong, and she deserves the scrutiny that she receives. But it's okay for two things to be true at one time. She deserves the scrutiny, and Akira should have made a better choice, because the baby right now is not the smartest thing. Honey, 2 years, and the bulk of those years has been you fighting your husband in court. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, I don't ever want y'all to ever get it twisted that Akira does not get her lick back. I'm not talking about the lawsuit or none of that. Akira gets her lick back. Oh, Brenay and Tim thought they was doing big things on the Tamron Hall show, and the interview dropped today. And the day that it dropped, Akira said, nah, snatch that too, spotlight mine. Dropped the news that she having her baby real soon. She's pregnant by her new boo. And you notice how her new boo picked her up? Y'all notice that? Tim, pick up Brenay. Better yet, get Brenay pregnant. Do either one, I give you $1,000. I ain't got $1,000, but I could say that because I know you can't do neither. Akira is winning in more ways than one, I'm telling you. It's not just the lawsuit, baby. Akira is winning. She's winning. And I love that for her. Baby girl, congratulations on your new bundle of joy. I'm excited for you. Nothing but blessings are coming your way. And I can't wait to see the end results. Can't wait to see the baby.
So as you can see, there is so much going on down to the talk block. People have so much to say. Let me know how you feel in the chat. And if you are catching the replay, how do you feel about all of this? Let us know down in the comments. We only have a couple more videos and we're going to head out of here. I was going to replay the audio from the Tamron Hall show, but you all know what happened, especially if you've been following the story and if you're scrolling down on the TikTok. All right, so let's get into this video. Now, this fella that we're going to listen to, he does not feel like, let's just hear what he says.
The devil really want to try to get Akira however he can. Akira, do not let your guard down. Stay prayed up. Keep the full armor of God on at all times. Pray for God to reveal things to you that you may not be able to see right now in this moment. It seems like Akira is surrounded by witches and warlocks. The enemy know who God created her to be. And the enemy don't want her to become who God created her to be. You can't be unequally yoked. This is a demonic hand sign. Freemasonry. Y'all like, oh man, you upgraded, but y'all don't even know what could be going on behind the scenes. You don't even know what y'all are cheering on. At the end of the day, we are praying for her peace of mind. We praying for her healing. I never chime in on somebody's life, on somebody's business, and just put my input on how I feel. But I'ma always speak truth. I don't pick no sides because we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. But I will speak truth. I will call out evil. I will make sure that my brothers and my sisters are not deceived. This hand sign is of Freemasonry. So if this man is into Freemasonry, is that really an upgrade? Don't be deceived, bro. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. For what fellowship does righteousness have with unrighteousness? Wake up. Open y'all eyes, bro. Y'all looking at the outside and but y'all don't know what somebody is doing behind closed doors or what they are involved in or who they serve. That's why you got to let God direct your path and don't just try to be trying to quick to jump into something. But once again, I'm praying for Akira and her safety. I'm praying for everyone else involved. Don't be in a rush. Let God direct your path. Let God lead you. Because when you try to lead yourself, you just going to get yourself into more and more and more and more trouble. A lot of people be in it for the show. A lot of people be in it and have their own agenda. Or they are sent by somebody else. And y'all just eating it up. Don't be deceived. Hey, I love y'all. God bless y'all. All glory to God. And y'all already know Jesus Christ is Lord.
let me know, what did you think and how do you feel about everything that he has said to you about Akira and her situation? Now, we have one more video before we go, and I wanted to ask you guys something, but guess what, baby? I done lost my train of thought. So let's just go out with one more video, and after that, we are out of here. And yeah, like I said, I think we have to unplug. And sometimes we got to remove our nose out of other people's business because it can become too much, especially if you can relate to that situation, especially if you've been through something similar. You may get triggered and then you get involved and you forget that you got your own business to tend to, okay? But like I told y'all earlier, I'm nosy and baby, I love to peep through the blinds, all right? But when you know better, you also have to do better. All right, so let's get into this last video.
One thing y'all is teaching me in 2025 is that y'all know how to get the going. Akira just announced that she's having a baby and it's a girl. Oh, this gonna be a cute little baby. Congratulations to her and her man. First Cardi, now Akira. That ain't in the same category, but still, these wives is getting on with that new man and having them some kids. Even though she still got to go through all of this stuff with Brenay and these court dates and stuff, I hope she have a wonderful and healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby, and be able to just enjoy, at least be at peace, because it don't look like these court dates going in no time soon. So I hope she and pray she have a wonderful pregnancy. But y'all is really getting on. Y'all is moving on to the next.
So that's all I got for you. I just wanted to do a pre-recorded live video, uninterrupted, and just in case, honey, because sometimes I don't know how these comments or how the chat is going to go. This is my disclaimer. Views equal personal opinions only. This content is for entertainment purposes only. But honey, this is real life. Listener notice, the views and opinions shared in this live stream reflect personal experiences and perspectives, good and bad opinions you may agree or disagree with. My guest opinions, meaning my people that are in the chat and down in the comment section, they do have their freedom to express and their freedom of speech, okay? And that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button, baby, if you liked today's live stream, please, okay? And hit the hype button if it is available to get us into the damn algorithm. And that's all I got. Y'all have an amazing day. And I will see you all on another day. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
All right, Slay.
Oh, what you working for?
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off again.